Hello, my grade 9 students. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Okay, so by the way, last week, which is Friday, we talked about the different common punctuation marks. And apparently, we were not able to finish our discussion since nagkulang tayo sa time. Okay, so for now, we're done with discussion of period and also with the question mark, exclamation mark, the comma, the colon, and the semicolon. And now all we need to do is discuss the apostrophe. And by the way, as you can remember, I already discussed the rule number 1 and rule number 2 in apostrophe. But hindi ko siya masyadong na-discuss since nagmamadali na ako that time. And now, I will just going to discuss it further. Okay, again, let's start by discussing the rule number 1. Okay, use an apostrophe in a contraction. Okay, when we say contraction, it is a shortened form of a word or group of words that omit certain letters or sounds. In most contractions, apostrophe represents the missing letters. Okay, now take a look for these following examples. Can is a contraction for cannot, I'm for I am, your for you are, haven't for have not, there's for there is, he'd for he would, it's for it is or it has, and apostrophe 99 for 1999, and then also the apostrophe 03 for 2003. Okay, now this one, if you encounter this or this form of words or letters in this form, you're just going to pronounce it into 1999 since this one or this form is an contraction for 1999. And same with this also, if you can encounter this form like apostrophe 03, so you're just going to or directly pronounce it or read it into 2003. And last example is the o'clock, which is the contraction for of the clock. Okay, now let's take a look for these following examples. I can't go to the party. Okay, so can't here is a contraction for cannot. So meaning in this sentence, it shows or it means that I cannot go to the party. Okay, another example is I'm sorry I'm late. So I'm here. So there are two I'm, so word dito, and it is a contraction for I am. And the last example is my father is one of the batch 1975 graduates. So we have here apostrophe 75, which is a contraction for 1995. So again, you're just going to read this directly into 1975. Okay. Next rule is use an apostrophe in the possessive form of a noun to indicate ownership. So in this part, we're just going to take note for the first one is take note for this. All singular nouns shows possession by adding apostrophe plus s, which or should we say apostrophe s, including those that already end in s. So, and for example, here is a boy's shirt is under the chair. So in this sentence, we're talking about only one boy. So again, for singular noun shows only apostrophe then s. So this a boy's apostrophe s shirt is under the chair. So we're showing this position or possessive noun like this. Okay, for example, number 2 is the child's toy was on the shelf. So again, there is only one child. So we need to put apostrophe s, then proceed to the next part of the sentence. So in this example, which is number 3, as you can see, there are already s or nag-end na og s ang noun. So this again, those that already end in s, add same lang gihapon siya sa rule sa katong mga nouns na that doesn't end with letter s. So this Lois apostrophe s book is fascinating. So the second or the last example, sorry, is the bus door was still open. So again, the bus is only one here, but it ends with s. So again, apostrophe add s. Okay, for the second note sa rule number 2 is to show possession for plural. So in this part, we discuss the singular noun. So in this rule, we discuss the plural nouns. So what can we do about those plural nouns? So plural nouns that already ends in S add only an apostrophe. So for example, the boys' uniforms were in the locker room. So here in the sentence, we're talking more than one boy. So we write here the boys, then we only need to put or to write apostrophe right after the S. Okay, so another example is she found the bird's nest under the tree. So the birds is a plural form, so all we need to do is add only the apostrophe. Okay, next rule, which is the last rule in apostrophe. So avoid common mistakes using the apostrophe. So we have here different form or possessive form. So in contraction, so the word it's with apostrophe should be used only to replace it is or it has. So always remember when we say it's with apostrophe is a contraction for it is or it has. So the word it's with no apostrophe is a possessive pronoun. So like or same here, which is as you can see these examples above, we have its, his, hers, ours, yours, theirs, whose. So these are the example of possessive pronouns. So again, the it's with apostrophe s is a contraction for it is or it has, and then it's without apostrophe is a possessive pronoun and therefore never takes an apostrophe. And take a look in this example. I'm sure you realize it's a holiday. So it's here, it's a contraction for it is. Okay, so another example, it's been such a long time. So it is a contraction for it has. So it's here, which is with apostrophe s, is a contraction for it has. Okay, for this another example, which is the last example, the house lost its roof in the storm. So the possessive pronoun it already indicates the ownership. So the it's here indicates the ownership by definition and therefore it needs no apostrophe. So it's here is referring to the house. So it indicates the possessive form of a pronoun. Okay, next is the word your is a contraction that should be used only in a replacement of you are. And the word your is a possessive pronoun and never takes an apostrophe. Okay, so most of the kind of problem that I have observed right now is the common mistake of using your and your with apostrophe and your without apostrophe. Okay, so always remember the difference between the two, which is the your with apostrophe re. It is a contraction that you should only replace in you are. It is a short term for you are, and which the second one is your without apostrophe. It is a possessive pronoun that never takes an apostrophe. Okay, so the word whose is another one. This one, the common mistake, which is whose is a contraction that should be used only in a place for who is or who as. And this whose is a possessive pronoun that never takes an apostrophe. So this whose, which is WHUSE, it is a possessive pronoun that never takes an apostrophe. And again, this whose with apostrophe S, it is a contraction form that should be only used in a place of who is or who has. So let's take for a look for this example. The first one is who's on first. So who is here in a sentence is a contraction for who is. So this means who is on first. Okay. So second example is who's been turning off the lights. So who is a contraction for who has. So this sentence means who has been turning off the lights. So you're asking if who is someone that keep on turning off the lights. Okay, now take a look in this example. Whose book is on the table? So as you can see here, whose is a possessive pronoun that already indicates ownership by definition and therefore needs no apostrophe. So whose here shows a possessive pronoun. So therefore, you don't need to put apostrophe in this example. So another example, which is the last example, whose ball pen is this? So you're asking if who is the owner of this ball pen. Okay. So we have here an exercise. So for number 1, which of these are incorrect? So he can't do anything. So for number 1, the incorrect part here is the can't, since we need to put an apostrophe at the middle of N and T, since it is a contraction for cannot. So it means, the sentence means he cannot do anything. Okay, for number 2, here is he's nice. This is the incorrect form of writing his in this part of the sentence, since it should be he's nice, which is he is nice, and this form of he or he with apostrophe is a contraction for he is nice, which means someone or something is nice. Okay, so next is your dress is pretty. Okay, this is very incorrect. So the correct form is your dress is pretty. So you're not saying someone like you are dressed is pretty, right? So in this sentence, we are showing a possessive form of pronoun, which is your dress is pretty. Okay, next is consider our house as your house as well. So this is incorrect. As you can see, again, we're adding apostrophe R then E in this part. So the correct form is consider your house as your house, because we are using the your word for a possessive pronoun. Next is whose bag is that? Is it incorrect or correct? Okay. This for number 5 is a correct form of a sentence. Here we don't need to correct anything from this item. And next is who's the host? So what do you think for this one? Okay, this one is incorrect. So the correct form is who is the host. So we are, or in this sentence, you are asking someone if who is the host of the event or the show or the program. Okay. So we're done with the discussion of apostrophe. And in case you have any clarifications or questions regarding this topic, you may put your comment in the comments at Google Classroom, since I will going to post this video. And also, by the way, I will not going to conduct any more your assignment for this, which is topic 3, since I will just going to or make a one assignment for parang ano ko na lang siya, iisa ko na lang siya sa assignment for topic 4, and your topic 4 will be discussed this coming Wednesday. So it's a good news for you, since I will no longer conduct an assignment for this topic. So you have a lot of time to study, since before I will going to conduct the assignment, of course, I will first discuss the topic 4. Okay, that's it. And thank you for listening for this discussion. And also see you on Wednesday. And thank you for your time of watching this video again. Okay, goodbye.